is the laundry room before. My OCD is kicking in, and this stuff is driving me nuts. I have stuff thrown in there. I need to clean the washing machine. It's dirty. Clean all the lint off the dryer, and just organize this so that it is not like my big jug for my homemade laundry detergent. Just organize it a little bit better. But this is the before. And I'll bring you back as I work on it. Been struggling. My hands have been bothering me the last couple days, so I've got my brace on my left hand, so I'm going to try to do this one-handed. So I'm not sure how far I'll get tonight, but my plan is to at least get it started. So I'll bring you back. I've got dryer emptied off. I've got some of the stuff off before. I'm not quite done emptying that out yet, but I did wipe everything down. I'm going to sweep and mop in here before I start putting stuff back, but I've got my washing machine already loaded and filled because I was actually using some of that water to help clean the actual washing machine. And yes, I know it sounds weird, but you gotta clean your washing machine or your clothes aren't going to get clean. Now, I think the dirtiest spot seems to be this liquid bleach spot is what seems to get dirty here, at least on this washer, the most. But don't forget to wipe the ring down and then up inside there. You'd be surprised at how much soap scum and animal pet hair and anything else that you can imagine is in there. And this stuff here is from in there, which I'm not going to let it stay in there. I'm going to throw it away instead. But imagine, you know, if that's what's caked around inside the washing machine, how in the world does it get your clothes clean? So I took my little cleaning toothbrush, and yes, that is exactly what I call it because it's used only for cleaning, and I scrubbed in here. I got in here as best I could, and then apparently I missed that spot, and then I rinsed out. This is actually the rag I used to wash, and then I rinsed it all out as best I could, scrubbed around in here, and all I used to mess the spot. See, look, and that's just how easy it is. And this is my bad hand, the one that's been giving me problems. I had my brace on earlier, but it's hard to do anything with a mobility restrictor on. But that's basically how I clean it. And then, again, I squeezed water around it and rinsed it off. And it's not perfect, but it's an improvement, and that's what matters. And, again, I wiped down the outside of the dryer. I did the same thing with that. I'm going to continue to take stuff out of here, trying to be careful of my arm. I got my nifty little lint bag here that needs to be emptied and switched out, so that'll be done too, but I'm going to continue to finish taking everything out so I can sweep and wash the floor in here, and then I will give you a new update. Be back soon. Rest of the floor cleaned out. It's going to be really helpful if I actually turn the washer on. Dryer is going, got the floor swept and washed, and now it's time to get some organizing done. So, I will be back as soon as I've got some more progress for you. Thanks. The final product for now anyway, I added an extra hook here for Sky's lunch bag and water bottle, whatever you want to call it. This is probably not going to be a permanent spot for it, but for now it works, keeps it out of the way. Lily's leash and my apron for when I make soap is in here, or for when I'm cooking. I did only have one of these bigger hooks that could hold up to 3 pounds, so I'm going to have to get another one so that I can break these up. But these are things used outside on the grill, and they were taking up space in one of the kitchen drawers, so I moved them into here, but they have collected dust sitting on top of the dryer, so they do need to be washed. But I have a tendency of washing them right before I use them anyway, just because things collect dust over time. So I need to get another one so that I can at least do 2, maybe one down here, and break it up so it's not all on one hook. I still have the rolling sorter, but now we can actually use it. I've got down here is a bag of charcoal and borax and laundry soap and laundry. I can't talk. It's late. Fells Napa and it's washing soda. I was wanting to say baking soda so bad, and I knew that wasn't right, but it's washing soda, borax powder, extra dryer sheets. I've got more. This is an open box of borax. That one back there is still new, along with some other little bottles of stuff that we don't use very often. I did put up these 2 hooks for the mop and the broom. I figured back there they would be out of the way, but still easy to get to, because I've got enough room that I can push this over to get through if I need to. We use the broom on a daily basis, multiple times a day. Not necessarily the mop, but that's because we have that Lipman mop, this one right here, in the corner, which I didn't have a hook that could hold the weight of that thing, because that thing is not a lightweight. The ones that the broom and the mop are on are only rated for up to 2 pounds. The one that I have, that guy, whatever that guy is called, that one's only rated to 3 pounds. So, and that baby, I swear, it's heavy. That's like carrying around an extra kid. So right now I've got that just leaned up against the wall and out of the way. And, you know, there's a small bottle of bleach, some wrinkle releaser, fabric softener, extra stuff over there that we don't necessarily use on a day-to-day basis, but we don't want to throw it away because it's still good and we just do use it. And then here, Nana likes Tide. The pods seem to be the easiest for us, for her. I have pretty sensitive skin, and I find that Tide kind of gives me a rash in areas that it's not fun to have a rash. So I have my homemade laundry soap, which my container is in desperate need of a full-on wash, which I will do before I make the next batch. But as you can see, I still have a good amount of laundry soap in there. And that scoop that's in there, it's a 2 tablespoon measure. It's actually a coffee scoop, and I use 1 of those per load. So it does take a while to go through, but it's needing a desperate washing. I did wipe it down to get some of the dust and dryer lint off of it, but it will get a good washing before I refill it. And then I've got, this is one of my favorite things, especially if you are in any kind of area that has rust, or like at my place, it's well water, so we have a lot of rust and hard water. This stuff is amazing. It does whiten very well. I mean, it's not, you know, obviously not a guarantee that it's going to remove every little stain, but it does. When you wash in well water and have hard water with rust in it like that, it has a tendency of turning all of your clothes a really weird yellow tint. This stuff is the only thing that I found that actually removes it very well. But it is only found at Marsh, I believe. At least that's the only place I've ever found it. So it's not the easiest to find, but it is awesome. So I do use it every so often to run all the towels and rags and whatnot, just to try to keep them a little less grimy looking, because white can get grimy, y'all know that. And then here I've got all of our fabric sheets. Some of these are from home, since I've been here more than I've been at home. I just went ahead and brought my box of them too, since I have been basically doing all my laundry here anyway. So these ones on top are the ones from my house, because they're the older ones. Wanted to get those used. I have an open bar of Fels Napa that I use for stain removing. And just in case, I do have a bottle of Resolve. Honestly, I have not used this. I think it was something Nana already had here before we started working on the house, so I have not used it. Honestly, I like the Fels Napa. That's usually what I reach for, but I can't see throwing it away. And then I love these Downy Infusions or the Purex crystals. I always there's some in with my homemade laundry soap. You can see the blue crystals in there. But I find by the time I get to the bottom of it, like right now, I can smell it, but not after I've washed my clothes. So I like to add a little bit more just to be safe, and then that way too everything smells nice and pretty. So far, that is what it's looking like. Nana did have some shelves in here before. We took them down to do the painting. Obviously, we took them down. So at this point, I don't know if they're going to be putting shelves back in. So I'm trying to make use of what I had already here without having to go out and buy anything. So, like I said, this is a trial and error. Not sure if I'm gonna like this whole dryer sheet out thing. I'll have to play it by ear and see how it goes. So But that's the finished product so far. Alright guys, see you later.